by putting you back into groups, okay, today, this morning, so that you can share that little piece of your journey, okay? Remember, we looked at the hero's journey, and the hero's journey is very long, right? And there's many components to the hero's journey, but we broke it down and made it super simple for your business, okay? And so today, we want to give you that practice. We want you to feel confident opening up your pitch, sharing your why, and pulling in those potential investors, okay? So after we do that, and the format's going to be the same as last time, okay? Each person, we want to make sure you have someone timing, okay? Each person's going to have a minute to share their story. I actually want you to pretend like you're already at pitch day, sharing that story. Like, use your hands, use your energy, smile, put your energy into this, okay? When you're sharing your story. So take a minute each to share your story, and then 2 minutes each to give feedback. And so it's really important for those of you in these small little groups to take notes. What's effective about the story? What isn't? What can make it better? Give each other that feedback so that you can finalize your story today and feel really good about what you're sharing, okay, during your pitch tomorrow. And go ahead and pick a winner like we did last time. And if it's the same winner, that's okay. That means they're doing a really great job, right? And it's important for us to see that. So after that first breakout, we're going to come back and hear the stories from our winners, okay? After that, we're going to move on to creating your value proposition if you haven't done that already, right? Many times the value proposition is a part of our story, but we're going to look at a specific model and process to creating that value proposition, okay? And I want to remind you that less is more for pitch day. Your pitches start off with a lot of information, a lot of extras in your slides, and what I want you to remember is less is more, okay? Keep it super simple. You want to ask yourself, is the information that I'm sharing critical? Is it necessary, okay? If it's not, remove it, okay? And you also want to ask yourself, if I remove this information from my pitch, is my pitch still effective? If the answer is yes, good, you're on the right track, okay? Does it add value? If it doesn't add value, you don't want it in there, okay? And so we're going to work on those value propositions today. I'm going to share a canvas with you to help you do that. And then we're going to pair up like we did last time and give you each 5 minutes in your little duo to share and work through your value proposition, get feedback. And then we're going to hear from a few of you those value propositions. And then you'll be ready. You'll be ready, gang, to just really finalize your slides and feel good about your story, about the value you offer, and really just putting your best foot forward tomorrow and Friday. So are we excited? Yes. All right. Good, good, good. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Nikki to put us into our groups of 4 and 5. Make sure that you have a timekeeper. 1 minute to share your story. 2 minutes each to receive feedback, and then make sure you pick a winner. And then I'll see you back here in about 15 minutes. Hey, everyone, welcome back. So hopefully that was helpful. And, you know, with these stories, like we're never, you know, we're human. We're never going to feel like they're perfect. But is it good enough? Is it good enough for pitch day? That's all I really want you to be concerned with, okay? So let's go ahead and go through the 4 groups, see who you picked as a winner, and then I want to invite the winners to come on and pretend you're at pitch day and share your story as if you are standing in front of those judges, okay? And we want to celebrate you and acknowledge, you know, the great work you've done. So Nikki, can you start us off with who was in group number 1?
Sure. Group 1, we have Chef Jordan, Chef Vicky, Indira, and Jenny.
All right. So who was the winner of group number 1?
Indira.
Okay. Indira, let's hear you.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. I have a question to everyone. Who doesn't love a party? Everyone, right? And what's the best part of a party? The cake. I remember one time I was in a birthday celebration and there was this kid crying in a corner because he wasn't able to eat his own birthday cake. And the reason was because of his food allergies. His parents were working so hard consoling him and distracting him because he wanted to join his friends who were eating his cake. This situation broke my heart and made me create Better Sweet Vegan Bakery. We not only offer options to this segment of people with food allergies diets, special diets, but also promote inclusion, and we stand out for our amazing designs.
Woohoo! All right. Let's give Indira a round of applause. Amazing. Let me tell you, what a simple story and a very powerful why, because you speak for all of these families and parents. I'm one of them. My kids have food allergies. And we were that family where it's like, oh, geez, I can't, now I have to buy like 3 different types of cakes so that my kid can have his own, birthday cake. So can we give a thumbs up to Indira? And simple, effective, efficient, right? And this is why it's important to share your story, because you could have a judge sitting on that panel whose child has food allergies. And by taking them back to that story, automatically you create the feelings that you want them to feel. So excellent job. Good. All right. So Nikki,
Yes.
Tell us who group number 2 is.
Group 2 is Aurelia, Katia, Liz, Martha, and Misha.
Okay. And who is the winner?
We were running low on time, but we nominated Martha. I don't know. I sent her a message. Do you want to pitch, Martha, so you can actually do the full pitch?
Oh my God. Okay. I didn't know that. It's okay. Okay. You let me know when I can start.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, my name is Martha Mello. I am the founder of Print, Web, and Social Media Design. Our company is a full service printing company. We provide marketing and print digital services for a small business companies, medium and large size companies also. And the story starts when I was working for a full-time job. We wait for many years a heart transplant for my husband. And many times I have to combine my job and my duty as a wife. I work many times from ICU. Finally, my husband got a new heart in 2015. 1 year later, I have to resign to my full-time job to get medical treatment. In 2017, when I was ready to go back to work, my husband encouraged me to put our own business. So he gave me a new office inside a laundry. 1 year later, after I started from 0 customers, 1 year later, we moved to a real office. So then the pandemic landed, but we get great clients. We build a really relationship with our clients. They help us, they encourage us, because my 30 years of solid experience working for well-known brands, I was sharing my knowledge to anyone from small and pop businesses to large company. Now we will be this year celebrating 5 years. And we are pandemic proof, health issues proof, and crisis proof, because everything is about the journey. Everything is about the relationship. I have been walking on the shoes of my clients, from clients with a wife with cancer, with a small and pop business, with big dreams. So since I feel a lot of passion for that, my goal is to double. And actually, I doubled my sales in 6 months.
Martha, I'm going to stop you right there, because you're doing a great job, but it's going on a little long.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to tell you that you have an incredible story. My advice is to start with the story immediately. I want to take you back, during the when my husband, take them directly to the story, go for the feeling. You want to start with that impact of the feeling, okay? And then transition into, we went through COVID, we're COVID proof, pandemic proof. I want you to think about how you can shorten it, give it more of a punch, and try to get it into that, can I get this story into 1 minute? I want to challenge you. Even if it goes a little bit above that, that's okay. But we want to work on focusing on the feeling, giving people the feeling of why you own this business. That's the most important part of your story. And then after that, we get into, the value of the business, what you're offering, and all of that. Okay. Does that make sense? But
Yes.
Great story, great journey. And I want you to focus on that.
Okay.
Excellent job. Thank you,
Thank
Martha.
you.
Awesome. Let's give Martha a round of applause. Really well done. Okay, let's move on to group number 3.
Yes, so group 3 has Monique, Natasha, Nicole, and Otis.
Okay, excellent. Who is the winner?
I'm going to share my story with all of you. Ready. So my name is Nicole Boza, the founder of Boza Brownies, and brownies saved my life. Ever since I can remember, our mom has baked brownies and sent us off to school or friends' houses with these delicious baggies so people would love us a little bit more. It wasn't until 2014, when I was 21, that I decided to go on a mission trip and actually sell these brownies to fundraise over $16,000. I went around to 11 countries in 11 months, and my life was completely changed. I came back a different person, a woman on a mission, and the tools that were in my hands were the brownies. So I decided to start a brownie company with a heart for social impact. And I decided that we were going to be a one-stop shop for brownies, something Miami's never seen before. We're going to offer the most delicious brownies, guilt-free, and we're going to change the world one brownie at a time.
Yay! Really nice. Love it. Let's celebrate Nicole. Good job, Nicole. That was, I think, a great example of efficient, effective, heartfelt. We felt your why. I also really love that you were very specific, right? Miami. And that's important to get across. Like, who are you serving? And, letting people know that you're unique because you're going to be a one-stop shop, for brownies on a mission, right? So love it. Excellent job, Nicole. Great story. Okay. And now let's go to our final group number 4.
Yes.
Who is?
So we have Natasha, Rebecca, and Stacy.
Okay. Excellent. Who is our winner?
Stacy is our winner.
I'm going to go. Imagine it was 2020 all over again and you couldn't find toilet paper. Well, as a military veteran traveling to remote parts of the world, that's the picture that I faced, not having access to holistic natural skincare products. My name is Stacy. I suffered with seborrheic dermatitis and my skin was a mess, so much so that I was embarrassed to go out in public without makeup. I spent thousands of dollars with dermatologists, and it wasn't until I returned home to my Caribbean roots, under the guidance of my grandmother, that she whipped up a concoction that was the answer to all my skin care nightmares. And now, Stacy's Naturals has been birthed to help women veterans reduce skin conditions as well.
Yay! Excellent job, Stacy. I have to ask you, because in my mind, I'm like, is there a before and after photo? Do you have a photo of yourself with
I do have a photo of myself when my skin was a total mess, but it would take I would have to dig to find it.
Okay. Just, it's up to you, but I know that.
Because that's your goal. You
Big girl. That would be really impactful while you're sharing your story for the judges to see a before and after, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so something for you to think about again, because you have such a limited time to create an impact, and some judges are more visual than they are, sensory. So again, something to consider. Excellent
Thank
job,
you.
Stacey. Really well done.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. So hopefully you're all kind of connecting, right? With the importance of the story, how you could create this connection to your story very quickly, okay? Just getting to the nuts and bolts of your why and making it impactful. So awesome job, everybody. Now let's move on to talking about value propositions, okay? And of course, I do love to share some videos. I think it's really important to just kind of see how bigger companies who are already successful are sharing their value and their stories, okay? So last week we looked at Lyft as an example, right? We looked at their kind of hero's journey. And now I want to show you, one of their value videos. So you can begin to connect with, how do we show value? How do we express value, either through images, through videos, or just through language? So while you're watching this video, I want to invite you to kind of just jot down some notes. Where do I see the value? Where do I feel the value? Okay, so that we can share that after the video. What was the value that you heard, felt in this video? Let's talk about the value that Lyft created through this business model, that Lyft wants everyone to know. Yeah, Nicole.
The clear message for me was community and connection with other people.
Absolutely. Community and connection are core. What else? Anybody else?
More than that, I think the value here is it doesn't matter if you don't know how to drive, if you are a busy person, maybe you can have how to move around the city, but you have a problem. Maybe that day my car is broken, or maybe I am a little a small business owner that I need to go to the downtown and I don't want to drive there because maybe I can get lost. Well, here, I think the value is to provide the Lyft or car, or in this case, car services to the client. It doesn't matter if you are old or young.
Right. Excellent. What else?
I would say conservation.
Conservation. Yeah. Yeah, there was a big emphasis on changing the world, right? Let's see, we have a couple more hands raised. I'm trying to see whose hands are raised. Hold on one second, everybody. Okay, so Aurelia.
You can make some extra money on the side.
Yeah, make some extra money on the side, putting power back into your own hands, making, money in your own way. Excellent. Otis.
Can save on having to buy a car. You don't need to worry about a car loan anymore.
That's right. Getting some of these cars off the roads, right? Excellent. Indira, what did you see?
Yeah, care about the planet, like less pollution, less traffic, convenience service.
Convenience service, yeah. Another one that came through for me was peace, right? The only honking you're going to hear is saying hello, and being able to be in a space where you're going from one point A to point Z peacefully without worrying about, everything and everyone around you. Finally, Nisha. Yes. What did you see, Nisha?
I noticed that it was not used. They were not using the outdated, slow. They described it as Betty White with the weights on her ankle. So the being more efficient and faster.
Absolutely. And really, they're building a business for the next generation, right? And hoping that because, two crazy kids came up with this story, that two other crazy kids are going to come up with a big idea to revolutionize the world, in some big way, right? So there's a really big emphasis on changing the world, bringing great ideas to the forefront. as they're reducing emissions, reducing the cars, and bringing more peace and connectivity to the world, right? So again, this is a great example, and I wanted to show it so that you can also sit with this, right, in your own way. If I were to create a video, what would the value be that I want to get across, and how could I do that, right? That could also help to strengthen your story for those of you who don't feel that you have a strong enough story just yet, okay? So awesome. Thank you for your participation. That was wonderful. Let's go ahead and move on now to talking about what exactly a value proposition is. And I think most of you have this down already. I heard it within your stories, right? So you're bringing the why together, the impact of your story together with, the value that you're offering. Misha, did you have a question? I see your hand is raised. Nope. Okay, awesome. So value proposition, very simple. Here is a formula that helps us to create our value proposition. We help, you want to identify your ideal prospect, okay, that need help with a pressing problem that you're addressing, okay? We help that body succeed by what are the outcomes and results that you deliver, okay? And then you want to talk about what makes you different. Unlike the alternatives, okay, your solution, okay, and then you want to describe the benefits as demonstrated by evidence. Evidence can be testimonials, evidence can be statistics, right? So this is the framework for a value proposition, okay? And one of the tools that really helps us to get to that very succinct value proposition is using a canvas, okay? And we're gonna use this in just a minute. We're gonna give you the opportunity to work through your canvas and also create your value proposition. But you wanna think of not only your product or solution, you also wanna think of your customer. At this point, it's less about you, it's less about your why, and it's more about who you're offering this to. Okay, who is your ideal client? So when you look at your product or services, you want to be very clear about what the benefits are, okay? And you don't want to overload this. It's just like a couple of bullet points, like laser in on what the benefits are for your product or service. What is the experience that your client or customer are going to have through this product? And what are the key distinguishable features, okay? So you want to have a couple of bullets for each of these, the most important bullets. Again, for purposes of a pitch, you want to be effective, efficient, and compelling, okay? And then finally, looking at your customer, and really you want to think about your ideal customer. You want to have a person in mind, right? When I think about my business, I know who my ideal customer is. She's got a name, she's got an age, I know her demographics, and I know why she comes back to me over and over again, right? So I want you to think about that one ideal client and hone in on him or her, okay? What do they want? What are their fears, right? You're solving something for them. And what are their key needs? Again, just a couple of bullets for each. And then you also want to be clear on what is the substitute. If they don't come to you, who are they going to and why? What makes you different? Okay, so this is the tool that is going to help you create your very succinct value proposition. Okay, so take a screenshot of this or a photo or just write it down. And I'll put it back up on the screen in a minute. But now I want to show you an example of a very succinct value proposition. Okay, so this is a company called BB Marketing Plus. BB Marketing Plus works with B2B companies that have long sales cycles to increase productivity. Unlike companies that make cold calls for you or develop lead generation campaigns, we use our revenue accelerator methodology to make sure you get the right message to the right person at the right time about the right solution and motivate them to act. as is evident from our client testimonials. Okay, and they would show their client testimonials. So this is extremely specific. They're showing what makes them different, which is their revenue accelerator methodology. Okay, so this is using that very specific framework. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you 5 minutes on your own to work through the canvas, which I'll put back up on the screen. Okay, and to draft a, succinct value proposition. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect, because after that, we're going to put you into pairs, and each of you is going to take about 5 minutes to share your canvas and your value proposition and get feedback. Okay, and then we'll come back and I'll have a few of you share your value proposition. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to put this back up on the screen, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on for 5 minutes to give you an opportunity to work through this canvas. And remember, just a couple of bullets for each of these. You should know your ideal client really well, right? So don't overthink it. Think of that one person that's your best client, okay? And then you'll have the information that you need. All right, so I'm putting 5 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and begin to work on your canvas and a draft of your value proposition. And I will tell you when we've got about 30 seconds left. Hopefully this just helps kind of hone in on it, make it a little more specific and effective. So we're going to go ahead now and put you into pairs. Okay, so groups of 2 or perhaps 3, it depends on how many individuals we have. And each person will take about 5 minutes. Or if you're in a group of 3, it'll be a little bit less, to share your value proposition. Or if you just need support with the canvas, whatever's going to support you today, get feedback from your fellow entrepreneurs. And then we're going to come back after 10 minutes, and hopefully some of you will be ready to share your value proposition. Okay. How are we feeling? Thumbs up? Got some good value propositions? All right. So I want to hear from 2 of you. If you think you have a solid value proposition, raise your hand. Let's hear from you. Don't be shy now. We have to own it. We have to own it. Who wants to share?
Okay, I see Monique.
Okay.
See Indira.
Indira. All right. Indira, let's hear it.
Okay. At Better Suite, we help to create unforgettable memories by offering options to everyone with food allergies or dietitian restrictions,
Okay.
by having a nice cake in their special moments.
Okay, very nicely done. Yeah. You want to tweak it a little bit more so that you're feeling really comfortable as it, as you share it, right? You want it to kind of float out your mouth.
Exactly.
Excellent job. You're hitting all the points. Wonderful. Thank you, Indira. All right. And then let's get one more share. Who else is bold and brave enough to share their value proposition? One more. Remember, you're doing this tomorrow and Friday, so use this time to warm up.
Okay. All right, so I'll share mine.
Okay, Liz.
All right. So mine is to enable individuals to get proper medical care to remain healthy. And a second value proposition is to provide a peace of mind for the breadwinner of the family that will provide financially for the family in the event they're not here. And of course, the third one I have is retirement, which basically helping to set aside funds for income when we do retire to provide for our needs then.
Okay. Okay, Otis, thank you for sharing. Yeah, so you want to make sure, my advice for the pitch is you want your story and the value with the ideal client very succinct in mind. You want to share that between the first, 3 slides, right? Very important to get that done. So just focus on doing that Thursday and Friday, your story and your value within the first couple of minutes. You want to be very clear on sharing that with the judges. Okay. Thank you guys for your shares. Thank you for doing the work. Let's go ahead and just wrap up with, the basics of value propositions. Okay. Creating a solid and compelling value proposition. You want to make sure that it's very distinctive. Okay. What does your target market receive? What is the value you offer? Okay, in as short language as possible. You want to make sure that anything that you offer is measurable, right? How are you going to prove that they are receiving this value? Okay, is it quantifiable? And what are the benefits? Is it defendable? Is there evidence, right? Which is why I shared earlier. Is there a photo, a before and after that you can show, right? That proves that your product works. Those are solid ways of defending and measuring your product and your service, okay? And is your value proposition sustainable? Okay, does it stand the test of time? And can it be delivered consistently? Okay. So things to think about. Rebecca, yes, I see your hand is raised.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, if you were to have a testimonial slide, could you merge your testimonial and value proposition slide into one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely do that, because using the example here, right? If you're sharing your value proposition, and like this one, it says, as evident from our testimonials, there you go. You've got them up on the screen already. So yeah, I like that idea. I think that's an effective way to do it. Yeah, thanks for the question. Any other final questions before we wrap up?
Yes, actually, I just wanted to be clear because I think I was mixing up the features and the benefits. And so with the skincare products, I was saying that the features are like natural, paraben-free, cruelty-free, handmade. And
yes,
the benefits would be soft skin, reduced skin, challenges like acne, eczema, psoriasis. Is that correct? Or is it
yes,
the other way around?
No, I think you got it right. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And remember that your target market is looking for something very specific, right? There are individuals who don't care if a product is natural and handmade, right? But your client does, and that's one of the key benefits. So that's what makes you unique. Because for example, I'm one of those. I make my own products at home. So I really value homemade products that are sustainable, that are good for the environment, that are good, So that is probably the biggest benefit. And then the value is that it really clears up the skin, and it's great for your specific target market. So it's very, very unique. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Stacy.
Well, Stacy, I hope you pitch on the day that Monique gonna be there.
Yes, you guys, unfortunately, I'm not able to be there for the pitches. I'm so sad. I hope they'll be recorded. But it just so happened that this coincided with my vacation. So I'm not in Florida. So I'm so sad that I won't be there in person, but I will be sending all of you really great vibes, and just believe in yourself. Okay. In fact, I got a quote today. I'm going to end with this. I took a screenshot of it. because the most important thing that you can do is to believe in yourself and see yourself as successful already. Okay, so I get these little emails every day called a note from the universe. I don't know if anyone else gets these. So today's note from the universe says, I just can't think of anything more important to tell you today, Monique. Then congratulations, outstanding and well done. You are now officially the person you once dreamed of becoming. It always works, the universe. There you go. So all you have to do is see it as done. Okay? It's done. You're successful. You're going to do great. So just believe in yourself and go out there and kill it tomorrow and Friday. And I will be with you virtually. So thank you, everybody, for today.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.